precious full pirouettes.
Sweet on the tip of my tongue, twirl tops to touch the tangling twists
of flings of form and twirls and twists. Speech therapists will steal your lisps.
With white teeth, red lips, and a forlorn phantom kiss.
Both capricious and curvaceous.
And delicious and salacious.
Not yellow, but yellowish. Not cold, but coquettish. With pliable plies and candied acrylics.
And portly protractions of elliptical fractions.
Detectives will rock. One step forward, one step back. Their gumshoe persistence stretch taut and then snapped.
By elasticine theories, Ariadne's string,
tied to that which we say,
and that which we sing,
to decipher the secrets of a troubling nest, while a difficult traction excuses inaction.
Sweet, oh, so sweet, on the tip of my tongue, I bounce down bamboo ladders with musical rungs. A tin lady soldier with her head where it should be, and a second that hovers a head above that. Fleas floating anemones elected to serve whomever has purchased the right to be heard.
To a slow motion paradise of bed bugs and lice that will snarl at your feet. But too slow to bite, their undeveloped armies will herd you to seize that not chicken, nor rabbit, nor cat wishes to see. Dangling jellyfish sweets that will keep you so fat that you can't if you try to take up arms and fight back. With the shades of dust they follow your attack, your belly will bellow, oh my glory came back.
Not even the yellowest of all the yellow cats will manage to hold up a cell phone to that. What song Chick Chick tweeted and quickly deleted will hit for the hoster and rap for the rapture on pinky point perfection, surrender for capture.
drive up the cross the road,
to knock young ballerinas off their bruised little toes, in featherless wings and designer-on clothes that she stuffed in a bag called the
But nobody knows.
The police disagreed and demanded to check it. They found cans of soup
But I bought them on credit.
and risque Betty Boop's drawn in odd psychedelics.
But my false father promised that no one would get it. That what double entendre might perhaps be suggested is a simple misedit of modern misfortunes, swindled from bankers' idea of poor credit, who sugared his pockets with assets when frozen, and blew bubble burst blows made of snake oil lotion. Chick bounced away with a swagger and sway that no fowl could duplicate down to this day, with two rabbits juggling through jiggles and giggles, balls left in orbit by dunks and by dribbles, elongated bulbs that were buried with dibbles. a tree,
pointing at the well-primped apes that climb with ladders, hooks, and spikes,
to reach extraordinary heights from which to fall, foul, foul, fall.
The butcher's wife feigned to forget a plucking she did not regret when the police came to announce that the triumph once leaked out to
anticipatory
press.
Tipped off by rabid twins that danced precise but could not sing, a melody that might coerce a poet from a fragile swing, or gymnast from a treacherous fling.
Was but a finger in a porous dam,
Failed attempt to understand
The sleight in a magician's hand.
oh dance young girl your can.
Kick high in skirt and petticoat, hide alibis and bags you tote.
And should the truth burn through your notes, on colored balls away you float, drawing half circles on the
Down.
Bring the poem into your life, and in your hands you bring the peace, and in the peace you find your love, and of your life you tell the thief, and from the thief you hide your truth, and from your truth the thief exists, and to the truth is not, and from the lie the thief is hot!
A nest might be what it might seem. A home, a birth, a hiding place, a somnambulistic secret of phantasmagoric treats, or a rumored accusation spread by posts and texts and tweets. A nest might hide a baby chick, or 1,000 tiny turtles chased by feathered hungry beaks, or a dinosaur that is, though logic says it cannot be. A nest can hide a trembling
A
lot.
nest can live
A
inside
nest can live inside a
built by
mansion, built by expansionistic
poised with
factions,
presumption
poised with
and
presumption and
or
retraction,
show itself
or
in
show
front of
itself
all,
in front of all,
welcoming inspections and corrections, with glee and grace in moving space. A nest can crash down to the ground, but at the site, what will be found? A sugary treat of chicken feet, or nothing but a goodbye note? To all who search, we want to say,
We truly did enjoy the stay.
but push, we chose to fly away.
We just want to say that it is great to go see live performance. It's great for us and it's great for you. It's a different experience than seeing a movie. And there's an exchange of energy. So we would like to take that one step further and do a talk back for anyone who wants to stay and ask questions. So we'll have like a little 5-second pause, or 5-minute pause, so people can clear if they want to go home. If you're tired, that's fine. But if you want to stay and ask questions, it'll be short, 10-15 minutes full if you want to ask questions about the process or